Hello everyone, I'm Alex,
I'm Andy.
and today we're here to discuss the Switch 2. No, we don't have any insider information.
I have it right here, actually. Let me show you.
Yeah, we don't we don't have any special information, obviously, but we're just here to speculate, talk about what we'd want to see, talk about, just some of the general whispers and leaks and whatever that kind of all point in a similar direction and just how we're feeling about that. Of course, in the comments, let us know what are your hopes and dreams and wants and worries for the Switch 2. Like and subscribe, join our Patreon. We have deals, not deals. We have they're all great, amazing deals. But we have plans starting at $1 a month. It'll help us continue to make videos. It'll help us with the brick and mortar store, growing and expanding that. And we appreciate any support that you guys want to give us. With all that being said, let's get right into it. What are your current thoughts about what the Switch 2 will be, kind of separated from what you want it to be?
Nintendo is best when it's iterating on itself in wacky, weird ways, like dual screens,
Like the Wii U.
and the Wii U. Yeah. And I want the Switch 2 to have a gamepad. It feels like Nintendo is going to play this one super, super safe, which, hey, maybe that's the best move because it's always fun when they do stuff like, the N64 controller or the Virtual Boy or the Wii U or Labo thing.
It's going to be all Labo, actually.
All Labo. So you never know. But I think they're playing this one safe, and that's probably the right move.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think from, just all the whispers and, like, the more trustable leaks, not that any of them are, like, confirmed or anything, it does seem like we are just getting a upgraded Switch that is more powerful, which obviously makes a lot of sense, because the first Switch sold very well. I do agree, though, it is fun when Nintendo tries to iterate. Obviously, the Switch itself was a pretty cool idea, kind of based on, what people were actually using the Wii U gamepad for, with just being able to switch between docked mode and handheld. But that also had the side effect of collapsing both of their, like, console lines into one, which I feel like now they do kind of have to play it more safe, because it's, like, when they released the Wii and the DS, it's like if one failed, at least the other one was both of them did well. I think it kind of makes more sense with, like, the 3DS Wii U generation. The Wii U kind of flopped, but the 3DS was there to, keep the money rolling in, and they were able to have that freedom, which they don't have as much now.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think what's interesting about them, kind of folding both those markets, the portable and the home console, into one, is that it actually kind of leaves the door open for an actual portable console. So why don't you do like a retro Game Boy for everybody or something like that? Like if Nintendo made like a Game Boy, like the way they've done all their HDMI minis and stuff, but with the Game Boy with the library, I mean, that would be mind-blowing.
That'd be fun. I had an idea. What if they took the Switch, but they split it into two different things? So there was a home console and a handheld. I think that would be a cool innovation.
Yeah, right? Because, like, people can't use the same device for one thing.
Yeah,
we're like very dedicated
people
here.
We want separate things for separate.
Like they invented this amazing technology, but everyone just either played it in their dock or played it portable and never docked it. So
yeah, no, I've always, but kind of going back to your idea, I've always had a pipe dream of like a handheld that is made to kind of be like a throwback console, but also made to like be easy to program for indies, like
for sure,
because obviously the more complex and like high quality games get, the more expensive and time intensive they take to make. But I feel like at this point in time, I think we'd see something like that from like Atari before Nintendo does it.
Yeah, which would also be kind of interesting.
That'd be cool.
I really like what Atari's been doing, but it's essentially the analog pocket. Imagine if Nintendo had made the analog pocket, but it played, every single Game Boy cartridge and Game Gear cartridges, I guess, would probably be okay too. But what if there were dev kits for like people to develop new games for these things? Like, can you imagine like what was that? The Castlevania, like that Bloodstained spinoff, Curse of the Moon or Curse of Dark, whatever that game was. Those would have been. I would have bought a cartridge of one of those and played it on my little Nintendo analog pocket. I don't know. I mean, but to get back to the Switch, like, I guess Nintendo really.
This is the same fly from last
It's the same
week.
fly from last time. Nintendo really, I guess after the GameCube couldn't really compete with the other, higher tech on the market, they just kind of gave up, and which was probably the smart move because they don't need that because they have the first party games to sell their consoles no matter what it is, and their games don't need to be they're not like high detailed first person shooter or whatever.
That's not the point of them.
Right. So I don't know. It all makes sense, I guess. And in some ways, there were times when I was playing my Nintendo Switch where I was like, yes, they finally did it. They made the perfect portable console. Like, this is amazing. Like, I can play a brand new, like Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like, playing that portable was just like, I can't believe I'm playing, like, the new mainline, like, Fire Emblem game. And I can play it on my TV and portable, and it looks amazing. And, yeah, I guess, and there's still so many games on the system. Like, I can spend the rest of my life. If I just spent the rest of my life playing Nintendo Switch games that I've downloaded, like, I'm sure I could fill my time, like, easily. So hopefully those all carry over. I assume they will.
Yeah, no, the Switch has been... It's the console I by far have the most games for. It has a really awesome, huge library. But I also feel like by playing it safe, the Switch 2 is not going to have the same blessings that the Switch had initially, which is one... that huge backlog of kind of mainly, I'd say, like 6th and 7th gen games that really never got proper portable releases that people had always been waiting for. Obviously the Switch had all of that to kind of dip into, whereas the Switch 2 is more just going to have like Gen 8 up to like the less intensive Gen 9 stuff, which obviously there's tons of games that'd be exciting for, but it's not anything compared to like the heavy hitters Gen 6 and 7 had, I feel like personally. But then also, there are things like the Steam Deck and stuff now that, definitely definitely owe a lot to the Switch in, their design and everything, but also it now does have all these competitors.
I mean, I think but extending like the Switch brand into another console, I think also gives hope for things like Wind Waker HD being on a Switch. Like, I want to play that game portable. Like, that game would be amazing portable, and there's so many other games like that were at the tail end of the Wii U, or that still haven't been ported over. I don't even know. Like, I still think it has a lot of legs in terms of like ports, even though it's kind of a joke at this point how many things have been ported to it. We'll see what Nintendo has up their sleeves. Like, I still feel like they're gonna throw us a curveball somewhere down the line, somewhere.
I hope, and I hope it's a good one and not a bad one. I want to gauge your feelings on this. How important to you is backwards compatibility for Switch 2?
For playing Switch 1 games?
Yeah, Switch 1 games.
Oh my god. If it is not backward compatible, that'll be hailed as the greatest mistake of Nintendo's lofty like legacy of making video games. Like, that'd be the
making mistakes.
Yes, that would be that would be insane. Jewel. That would be absolutely insane. Would it stop people from buying it? No. Maybe they've ran the numbers and it makes sense. I have no idea, but that would just be so stupid.
Yeah, no, I'd be surprised. I feel like it probably is going to be a 3DS DS thing where it's just there's a little nub on Switch 2 games. I'd assume it's going to be something like that.
That would be about as dumb as the PS4 being the only Sony console that literally only plays the one freaking system's libraries.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess just from my perspective, I personally don't care because I have a Switch. So it's like, whatever. It would save me whatever money I get from selling my Switch Lite when the new Switch comes out or something. So it's like not a huge deal to me. But obviously it is a pretty obvious thing to do. It gives the Switch 2 a gigantic library right off the bat. And there are tons of Switch games that don't run that well on the Switch. So it'd be interesting if there are like some special kind of upgrades for the Switch 2 for current Switch games to make them run smoother.
Coming from a different perspective, as a brick and mortar video game store, it would be way better in the long game. It would be way better for the secondary market to have it not be backward compatible. Because I think you look at like the OG Xbox, like no one wants that. Or I mean, PS1, there is some nostalgia for it and people want that, but like, why would you? There's no reason to own a PS1.
Yeah. Right.
You could literally play those games on a PS2 or a PS3. So. What happened there? Like, how many units of Switches sold? It's like the highest. Did it outsell the Wii? I can't remember.
It's right on the PS2's heels, I think. Last time I checked, as the number one.
If the Switch 2 is backward compatible, which we all assume it is, like there's gonna be so many Switches like on the market. I mean, do they even work? Do the Joy-Cons even work anymore? I don't even know. Yeah, I think they should improve every single element of the Switch in every way they can. Make the Joy-Cons better, make the screen bigger, make the battery life better. Like every single, the graphics, like everything, and make it backward compatible and make it $2.99.
$299 or $2.99?
$2.99.
That would be awesome. I would love if Nintendo did
It's like
that.
their gift to the world for supporting them all these years.
Yes. But yeah, I guess kind of going back to your point, are there, I guess you point out the big ones of like the Joy-Cons and stuff, but are there any other kind of glaring issues with the first Switch you'd want fixed? I know for me, definitely the form factor could be improved a little bit. It is a little, like, Joy-Cons are kind of that Wiimote issue, I feel like, of being a little too geometric and not natural enough, which from what I've seen of the Switch 2, I think will happen. Also, the most reliable leak, which is that one that had, like, the 3D printing information and all that stuff, it seems like they have a completely new mechanism for connecting the Joy-Cons, which will be huge because I know my Joy-Cons, like, at least one of them slides right out. Yeah. Those locking mechanisms don't really work. It seems a little more magnetized so that they just kind of, like, slide in and are magnets instead of, like, a...
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some, like, physical improvements like that would make a huge difference. I mean, honestly, like, I don't think it'll be lighter in weight.
Yeah, probably heavier.
But my favorite Switch to play portable is the Switch Lite. Like, those, like... 1.8 extra grams like lighter or whatever much it is make a really huge difference when you're playing for a long time, like holding it in your hands. Like if they could make, honestly, if I could design the perfect Switch, it would be smaller in overall size, more like somewhere in between the Switch Lite and the regular Switch, but still have a larger like screen resolution of some kind, and it'd be like super lightweight. And I would sacrifice graphical power to have something like that, but I don't think that's the way it's going to go. But
yeah, from everything I've been seeing, it seems like the Switch 2 is going to be bigger, actually, and like kind of significantly a little bit, which is surprising because I feel like there was and still are a lot of complaints about the Switch 2, the non-light models, that they really aren't that handheld. Like, they're handheld in the fact that you can like lay it in your bed and play them, but I'm not like shoving I guess I have before, but I don't like shove my Switch in my pocket usually and walk around with it.
It's really great to like throw in a bag if you're going on a trip though. Just like, I don't know, I have like a really like tight like form fitting case, and I love just throwing it in a bag. And I mean, if you have all your stuff digital on it, like the battery life lasts so long anyway. Like I don't even need to charge it like on a plane. It's gonna last the whole ride. I don't know. I think the Switch Lite and the original Switch are two of the most perfect portable systems ever made. I was not a fan of the OLED. I think it was too good. It was too bright. It was too bright and too heavy.
Well, the Switch 2 is probably going to be brighter and heavier. Also,
I mean, I was thinking this a minute ago. I don't think I'm going to buy one day one. Like,
yeah,
are you going to get one day one?
I mean, I guess it depends on the starting lineup of games, but I usually don't. I have plenty of games to tide me over if I want to wait a year or two to pick up a Switch for like.
They leaked that Pokemon Kirby crossover.
Oh, yeah, if there is a Pokemon Kirby crossover puzzle RPG.
It was Pokemon versus Kirby Puyo Puyo Madness.
Wow. Okay. Called. Well, if that's a launch title for the Switch 2, I will be picking it up day one. Beyond that, probably not. But also, speaking of that, what are some launch titles in your head floating around for the Switch 2?
Metroid Prime 4, like that it's definitely going to be, I mean, I guess that maybe that's an interesting question is like, are there going to be games that can be played on both but with like different, graphical results or
like
whatever.
Like a black cartridge Game Boy Color game.
Right.
Just like that.
Just like that.
I mean, I think Metroid Prime 4 is definitely
a Switch 2 title, right?
Yeah, it's either fully a Switch 2 title or, like you said, it's going to have some clear upgrades to be played on the Switch 2. I think there was a big thing, which I don't actually know how much weight this holds, but when they first showed that Metroid Prime 4 like teaser, it didn't have the Nintendo Switch logo anywhere. Like when it said, well, not what platforms it's on, because it's definitely not going to be on anything else. But like it just didn't say it was on the Switch, which a lot of people were reading into.
It's going to be the first Metroid game on a Sony PlayStation system. After all this speculation, I don't think there is going to be a Switch 2. I think Nintendo's going to roll out a whole new console, and we have no idea what it is even going to be. We can't even... I don't know. It's going to be fully VR. I don't know.
I hope it's not
Virtual
fully
Boy
VR.
2.
Virtual Boy 2 would be wild. That'd be fun. I don't know. That'd be a cool idea. Any other launch titles? Metroid Prime 4 is definitely the obvious one.
I don't know. All my like go-to like Atlas games are like all going to PS5 now. Like I feel like the games I'm most excited about like over the next year are all like Atlas titles that I'm probably gonna play on my PS5. Mm-hmm. There must be another Zelda game in the works beyond like the Breath of the Wild or the Breath of the Wild franchise. Yeah. Like a new iteration of something that
I kind of doubt
probably
there'd be
get me to buy one. Huh?
I kind of doubt it'd be a launch title though.
Especially no, not a launch title.
We like just got a new Zelda game.
Yeah. Oh, so we're guessing launch titles?
Yeah. I think Mario Paint 2, probably.
Mario Paint 2, Pilot Wings.
Yeah,
Pilot Wings Switch 2.
Obviously, Animal Crossing. There needs to be a new Animal Crossing, right?
Well, how long is it?
2020, so it's been like, I don't know, 4 decades by now, I think.
I feel like that's the franchise they just feel like they can milk forever.
Like they don't have to release?
Like they don't have to re-release anything. Like, oh, they'll just keep playing. I don't know.
I mean, to a certain extent, but also... I feel like the Animal Crossing New Horizons that was like a societal shift almost when New Horizons came out. I mean, it might have been because COVID had also just started like literally the same day. Well, it didn't start. You know what I mean. But I think also at least 50% of that societal shift was from Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I think they're going to pull some Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury shit with Super Mario Wonder. And they're going to do like some Super Mario Wonder, Bowser's Fury add-on for the Switch 2. Yeah.
You're going to make my words. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe 2 Switch 2 Edition Deluxe.
It's going to be Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze Switch 2.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we haven't heard too much about Legends Arceus, which is not Legends Arceus, Legends ZA, which is a great name for the new Pokemon game that they're working on. It's releasing next year. It was announced as a Switch title, which, Pokemon is not a stranger to releasing games on a console, probably a little too late for that to happen. That's kind of their whole thing, honestly. So I'm assuming ZA is going to be just a regular Switch game, but Pokemon does kind of need a little redemption arc. It'd be nice if there was a sick Pokemon launch game.
That'd be huge. That'd be great. Like I said a minute ago, I'm a huge Atlas fan. Mm-hmm. I would love to see a Shin Megami Tensei 6, but I know that's not anywhere. I don't think that's going to happen for a while, if ever. But Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah, oh no, for sure.
That would be insane. They have to make another one. The last one was really popular.
They do have to, yes. I've made sure of it. I put in calls to the right people.
They said, don't worry. We're stop calling me Alex. We're making it.
Yeah. No, but I think you bringing up Atlas games is also interesting because the Switch 2, I feel like, is going to be able to have concurrent releases with the PS5 and Xbox more than the current Switches because most games still run on a PS4 anyways.
Right. So it's going to launch with Elden Ring.
Yes.
The Elden Ring Switch 2 version.
That'd be awesome. I mean, honestly,
it's a tech demo. For the system.
I wouldn't be shocked if something like that happened. I hope we get a Elder Scrolls collection with every Elder Scrolls game in one disc or cartridge.
One cartridge. Oh, it's going to be disc based. That's what I meant to say that earlier. It's going to be like a proprietary disc based system, like the UMD.
Yeah, they're bringing back UMDs.
Yeah.
Any pipe dreams? Is that?
I don't know if that's the right usage of pipe dreams.
What does that come from, actually?
I think that's the opposite. It's like your dreams are going down the drain.
Okay, fever? No, not fever dreams. You get what I mean. Any unrealistic wants for the Switch 2 in a perfect world. I'm kind of on this new Virtual Boy 2 wave. That sounds fun.
I mean, they missed the boat with the 3DS not releasing some sort of Virtual Boy something emulator of some kind. The N64 and Genesis and all that stuff, part of the regular Nintendo Online package.
That would be nice.
That would be amazing.
I assume GameCube Online. I mean, maybe not. I feel like if anything we'd get kind of left in the cold for, it'd be a GameCube thing. Just that seems like that would make sense with how the world is. But also, I want 2 screens. I want it to fold.
Yeah, that would be That would be awesome.
Flip
That
phone,
would-
like all those folding. I mean, I think that was maybe a gimmick more like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But there was a moment there.
There
where
was a moment.
it feels like maybe two screens could have been a thing, but probably not.
No, I guess my pipe dream or whatever dream it is I want there to be some wacky thing that people just lose their minds over, because I just think that's more fun.
Mm-hmm. It'll come with a kendama
Yeah,
attached to the Joy-Cons.
there you go.
No. Okay, so yeah, like I said, let us know what you guys think is what's going to be the deal with the Switch 2. Will you be getting one day one? What would make you get one or not get one? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Join our Patreon. Come into our store in real life. Thank you.
Thanks.